Imagine you're managing a business that sells perishable food products, and a refrigeration failure threatens your inventory. You have two options. Plan A. This plan will guarantee saving 30% of the inventory, preventing a total loss. Plan B. This plan has a 1/3 chance of saving all the inventory, but a 2/3 chance of losing everything. Which would you choose? Most people choose Plan A because they don't like the idea of guaranteeing a total loss. Now, consider the same situation framed differently. You now have these two options. Plan C, this plan will result in a 70% loss of inventory, meaning most products will spoil. Or Plan D, this plan has a 2/3 probability of losing everything, but a 1/3 probability of saving all the inventory. Faced with this framing, most people now choose Plan D, opting for the riskier option in hopes of avoiding total loss, even though the expected outcomes are identical. The decision is the same, the framing is different. And that's the risk aversion trap in action. The risk aversion trap occurs when people avoid risks when seeking gains, but embrace risks when faced with potential losses, even when the expected outcomes are identical. When a decision is framed as a potential gain, we tend to play it safe. When the same decision is framed as a potential loss, we're more willing to take risks. This bias leads to irrational decision-making, where we choose options based on how they are presented rather than their actual value. Here are some examples of risk aversion trap in everyday life. Investment and business strategies. Investors tend to sell winning stocks too soon to lock in gains, but hold on to losing stocks too long in the hope of recouping their losses, often making decisions that hurt their long-term financial health. Contract negotiations. A sales manager might opt for a smaller guaranteed contract with a known client rather than pursuing a larger performance-based contract with a new client, even if the potential rewards are significantly higher. Cost-cutting decisions. To improve the company's financial performance, a manager might focus excessively on cost-cutting measures, such as laying off employees or reducing marketing spend, rather than exploring strategies to generate new revenue streams. Step 1 of the decision-making framework, defining the opportunity and objectives, helps us avoid risk aversion trap by ensuring we frame opportunities in a way that doesn't overly focus on risk. The way a problem is framed influences whether we act conservatively or take strategic risks. By clearly defining the opportunity with both potential gains and risks in mind, Step 1 helps us avoid making overly cautious decisions that could hinder growth and innovation. Here are 5 strategies to prevent risk aversion from clouding your judgment. 1. Reframe the problem. When faced with a decision, rewrite it from both a gain-focused and a loss-focused perspective to see if it changes your perception. 2. Use expected value calculations. Instead of going with your gut, analyze the probabilities and potential outcomes mathematically to determine which option makes the most sense. 3. Challenge the default frame. If someone presents you with a decision, ask whether the framing is influencing your action more than the actual data. 4. Think long-term. Short-term risk aversion can lead to missed opportunities. Consider the broader implications of risk over time. 5. Seek external perspectives. Others can often spot bias in your thinking more easily than you can. Run important decisions by a trusted colleague or mentor. Mastering the ability to manage risk objectively will help you make smarter financial choices, lead teams more effectively, and avoid costly decision-making mistakes. Instead of letting risk aversion dictate your actions, you'll evaluate risks with clarity, confidence, and logic.